I went to lay down, and literally right when I laid down and I lifted my leg, oh my gosh, it was excruciating pain. I honestly thought my water was going to break. I was very scared because one, I don't have a doctor that I can call. And two, I've never felt that pain before. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Sorry, it has been about 2 weeks since I posted last. It's been just crazy around here. I am currently 35 weeks pregnant. I was going to do a 35-week update, as well as informing you all that I lost my doctor. So it's been very stressful trying to find a new OBGYN, and it's just been hell, to be honest. I mean, I did not expect it to be this hard. But real quick recap on my 35 weeks. I'm 35 weeks pregnant, and it is, as you can tell, I'm breathing heavily. It's very hard to breathe. The baby's sitting up really high. Well, at least the placenta is sitting up really high right now. So I'm getting a lot of heartburn, a lot of shortness of breath, and a lot of pains when I'm walking. My round ligament, I've told y'all before in a past story that I pulled my round ligament with my second son. And this pregnancy, the round ligament pain has started a lot earlier on. So I've been able to manage it for the most part in the beginning of my pregnancy, but now that I'm getting further along and I'm getting bigger, it's definitely playing a toll. I can't lay down flat. As far as like laying down in bed at night, I have to sleep sitting up, which is very aggravating. I can't lay on my sides, because if I lay on my side or try to lay on my side, I get really sharp pains. I had an incident the other night where I was trying to lay down with my oldest boy, who's 3.5 years old, and I was trying to lay down with him. We were all cuddling, me and him and my second child were cuddling in my bed, and we were watching a movie. And I went to lay down, and literally right when I laid down and I lifted my leg, oh my gosh, it was excruciating pain. I honestly thought my water was going to break. I was very scared because one, I don't have a doctor that I can call. And two, I've never felt that pain before. And so I immediately called my husband. He was outside working out in the front yard, and immediately called him and told him he needed to come up, because I did not even want to move, because I thought for sure if I just moved a little bit that this baby was going to come. And so he helped me get up out of bed and adjust, and it was really scary. I was crying. My 3-year-old was trying to comfort me, which was really sweet. He was telling me, you know, that he was here and that it was okay and that the baby's okay. So and that was a scare. And so yeah, I'm dealing with that. Trying to walk is hard. It's wobbling, so I'm at the wobbling stage. And if I do too much, as far as like running around with the kids, trying to keep them active, I've been letting them play out in the front yard, and while I can try to sit and watch them, because if I'm running around with them too much, by the end of the day I'm just in pain. But anyways, so that's going on. About my doctor, let's get into that subject. I was called about a month and a half, 2 months ago, and was informed that my doctor was let go. So she, I'm assuming, got fired from her practice or the hospital. And I was devastated, because I've been with her for over 7 years and I didn't understand what was going on. Of course, the nurses can't tell you anything other than, you know, they just have to schedule you with another doctor, which I was like, okay, that's fine. But this doctor was a guy doctor, and I have nothing against guy doctors. It's just I'm not really comfortable with them as far as discussing anything with them. But I figured, let me give it a shot. I don't know this guy. Let me just fill him out, see how it goes. So I went ahead and made the appointment with him. First appointment went all right. I mean, I didn't really get a good feel for him because literally it was just a checkup. So they were just checking the heart rate of the baby, and of course my blood pressure and all that, which was fine. And so that was fine. And then I went, my second appointment 2 weeks later, I went back with him, and I just didn't, the second time around, it was a little bit more in depth. We had, of course, the ultrasound. I just didn't get a good vibe with him, and I didn't get, a good connection with him. I wasn't very, very comfortable with him. So I asked the front desk if I can go ahead and make another appointment with another female doctor. And I went on Facebook and had asked a Facebook group that I'm on, who people would recommend in the area that will deliver at the hospital that I'm trying to deliver at. And so they recommended this female doctor. And so I asked the front desk lady if it was okay if I try to make an appointment with her because she still worked at the same hospital. And they said, oh yeah, that's fine, that's fine. So I went ahead and made an appointment with her. Well, she was not in that particular office. She was down the road from that office. So I didn't think anything of it. I went there, and then she made me fill out a whole bunch of paperwork, which kind of threw me off because I was thinking if you're in the same hospital, maybe it's the same kind of thing. But I realized that she's her own practice. Like, she has her own office and her own practice, and I did not realize that. So when I was going through the paperwork, I realized that she doesn't really accept my insurance. So she accepts it, but she doesn't accept it. So how she works is you actually have to pay for your bill up front. Usually about 34 weeks is when you have to pay it all in full, which I was at 33 weeks at the time I was going to her appointment. So I was confused. Excuse me, sorry, heartburn. So I was confused as far as how that would work with me. And then the front desk lady basically just said that, you can always work with her and talk to her about it. But it just didn't make any sense that I would have to pay now, and then they file my insurance. And then if my insurance paid the bill, then they would refund me. So there was no telling how long I would be out that money. So I didn't like that. So anyways, when I went to that appointment, all she did was an ultrasound. She did my blood, my blood pressure work and the heartbeat of the baby and all that. And everything was good. Everything was fine. But I told the front desk lady that most likely I would not be coming back to her and that I was going to go back to my old office. And she said that was fine. So I immediately left that office since it was right down the road. I went to my previous office and asked if there was a female doctor in that building that I would be able to see and make an appointment with. And they told me since I left their office to go see that other doctor, that now I have to do a whole process to get back in that office, which didn't make any sense to me because I wasn't informed that in the beginning. If I was informed that in the beginning, when I asked if that was okay to make an appointment with that doctor, I wouldn't have done it. So they told me that a person was going to give me a call later on that day or later on that week to let me know. So I've been dealing with this now for, it's been 2 weeks because I was 33 weeks pregnant when I went to go see that doctor. And I'm 35 now, but it's been 2 weeks since I've been trying to get an appointment with this office and I'm getting nowhere. Now they're telling me that after a week and a half, they told me, oh yeah, someone's going to give you a call. We're just waiting on the doctor. We're just waiting on the doctor. We're just waiting on the doctor. And I was like, what are you waiting on? And they're like, well, we're just the doctors are trying to determine if you need to get another ultrasound or not. And I was like, well, I just got an ultrasound with this previous doctor, so why would I need another one? And so they were like, oh, well, we're going to need a request. You're going to have to sign a document to release your paperwork from that previous office. So I said, that's fine. Email it to me. Well, she didn't email it to me until that night. And so by the time I got it back to her the next morning, they closed at 11. So I was like, because it was a Friday, they close early on Fridays. I get that. But nobody called me. So I was like, all right, so I'll wait till Monday. And I called them like every single day trying to get an appointment. And I'm stressing out because I've been getting a lot of Braxton Hicks, but painful Braxton Hicks. So I know my body's preparing to give labor. And they're getting stronger. One night I was having them 5 minutes apart for an hour, and then finally it subsided, and then I was able to go to sleep. But I thought for sure I was going to have him then, because it was just constant. And then it was the back pains, the lower pains, like your menstrual cycle pains, and I was freaking out because my previous babies, my water just broke and I went to the hospital. I never actually went through like a labor process. So, and I had nobody to call and ask because I didn't have a doctor. So anyways, I'm still in the process of trying to make an appointment. I called them this morning and they said they're still waiting on the paperwork from the office and to try calling back tomorrow. So I've been calling every day, trying to make an appointment. I know you're probably thinking, well, why don't you just go to a different office or OBGYN? But in my area, there's not that many to choose from that will go to that particular hospital. I would have to go to another hospital, which is like 30 to 45 minutes away, and this hospital's about 10 minutes away from my house. So I'm just trying to hit one just so I can have, you know, my labor. And then after that, I'll figure out a new gynecologist if I need to. But it's been hell and back, and it's been stressful, and I'm trying not to think about it. I'm trying not to overthink it, but it has been on my mind obviously every day, because I'm calling the doctors every day, or the doctor's office I should say. But it doesn't seem like they are in a rush to make an appointment for me, and that kind of makes me unsettled. And I've never ever had any problems making appointments with other doctors before, so I don't understand what the holdup is. But she says they have their protocol and that they need this paperwork before they can make me an appointment, which doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. Anywho, thank you for stopping by and checking out my channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've ever been through something like this where you've lost your doctor before you're supposed to deliver, please leave a comment below. Let me know what happened. Let me know your side of the story. This is definitely nothing I've ever experienced before, and it's nothing I ever want to experience again. But we're here and we're dealing with it. But anyways, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye.